The 1 Piso coin of 1976 was part of the Anggi Bagong Lipunan, a BL coin series issued under the presidency of Ferdinand A. Marcos. The Anggi Bagong Lipunan program, launched in 1975, was a political and economic movement intended to promote discipline, reform, and unity during the martial law period. Coins bearing the ABL mark were introduced to symbolize this new society vision. José Rizal, the Philippine national hero, is prominently featured. The portrait was based on earlier coinage designs of Rizal, modernized to fit the new coin series. Central design: the national coat of arms of the Philippines. Inscription: Anggi Bagong Lipunan at the top, Piso at the bottom, and the denomination 1 in bold. The reverse design also included small design adjustments to match the uniform style of the ABL coin series. Minting authority: Central Bank of the Philippines, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Mint location: Manila, and some possibly struck overseas under BSP contracts. 19761. Piso coin was not only a circulating medium of exchange but also a political symbol. The Anggi Bagong Lipunan coins replaced earlier designs that did not carry the reform movement's branding. It was one of the largest coins in circulation at the time, giving it a noticeable presence in everyday transactions. This coin was introduced in a period of controlled economy and centralized governance, where the state played a major role in regulating inflation, imports, and infrastructure growth. The larger denomination also reflected the gradual inflation occurring in the mid-1970s. 1976 issue was minted in large quantities for everyday circulation, so it was common in commerce for many years. However, due to wear, loss, and melting for metal content, uncirculated and high-grade examples are much less common today. Common circulated condition typically worth its face value or slightly more to collectors. Uncirculated brilliant uncirculated condition can fetch several hundred pesos from collectors, especially if still in mint luster. Some 1976 coins exist in proof condition for collectors and can be significantly more valuable. The 1976 1 Piso coin stands as a reminder of the Marcos martial law era and the government's efforts to instill its political branding into daily life. Over the decades, as coin designs evolved, this coin became a nostalgic relic for Filipinos who lived through the 1970s. Today, it remains a key collectible for those interested in Philippine coinage history. As part of the new generation Currency NGC coin series, which was introduced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas BSP as part of its coin modernization program. This coin replaced older 5 Piso designs and was issued to improve durability, prevent counterfeiting, and align with the country's modern national symbols. Before 2011, the Philippine 5 Piso coin was part of the BSP coin series launched in 1995. That earlier series featured more traditional elements, but over time, the BSP saw the need to redesign coins to incorporate better security features, updated national imagery, and a modernized aesthetic. The 2011 release marked the last years of the older BSP series design before the complete shift to the new generation Currency coin series in 2018, which featured a nickel-plated steel color for all denominations. The 20115 Piso coin prominently features Emilio Aguinaldo I, President of the Philippines and a key leader in the Philippine Revolution against Spain. His portrait honors his leadership during the struggle for independence and the proclamation of Philippine independence on June 12, 1898. Republica ng Pilipinas above, with the year 2011 below. The portrait style follows the official BSP coinage portrait guidelines, ensuring historical accuracy and national symbolism. The reverse of the coin displays the official Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas seal, signifying its issuance under the authority of the country's central bank. The BSP seal features a stylized Philippine sun, 3 stars, and an eagle, symbolizing stability, independence, and national pride. The denomination 5 Piso is placed prominently. Composition and specifications: Emilio Aguinaldo first appeared on Philippine coinage in the 1990s BSP coin series, replacing the older designs that honored different historical figures. His inclusion reflects his importance in the country's revolutionary history, particularly for leading the Declaration of Independence from Spanish colonial rule. The 2011 issue was struck in large quantities for daily transactions, so circulated examples are common. However, uncirculated or proof-like coins are more collectible. Coins with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong plankets can be highly valuable to collectors. 2018, the BSP replaced this coin with a smaller, silver-colored 5 Piso coin in honor of Andres Bonifacio, another revolutionary hero. This change was part of the modernization effort to unify coin color schemes and improve accessibility for the visually impaired. The 5 Piso coin is a vital denominator. The 50 Sentimo coin of 1983 holds a significant place in the evolution of Philippine coinage, representing not just a medium of exchange but also a snapshot of the country's political and economic climate in the early 1980s. This coin was part of the Flora and Fauna series, which was introduced in 1983 by the Central Bank of the Philippines, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, to replace the Anggi Bagong Lipunan, a BL series that had been circulating since the mid-1970s. During this period, the Philippine government was moving away from the imagery and slogans of the martial law era, shifting toward designs that celebrated the nation's cultural and natural heritage. The Flora and Fauna series was the perfect embodiment of this vision. Rather than showing political leaders on every denomination, the series highlighted Philippine national heroes on the obverse and native plants or animals on the reverse, symbolizing unity, national pride, and environmental richness. The 198350 Sentimo coin specifically featured Marcelo H on the obverse. She is famously known as the principal seamstress of the first official Philippine flag, alongside her daughter Lorenza and Delfina Herbosa de Natividad. By placing her image on the coin, the government paid tribute to the often overlooked contributions of women in the struggle for independence. Her determined look on the coin is a reminder of the sacrifices made during the revolution against Spain in the late 19th century. The reverse side depicted a stylized wailing Vanda sanderiana, a rare and beautiful orchid species, endemic to the Philippines, especially in Mindanao. Known as the Queen of Philippine Orchids, the wailing symbolizes beauty, rarity, and national pride. Its inclusion on the coin highlighted the country's rich biodiversity and its need for preservation, at a time when environmental awareness was beginning to take root in policy discussions. Minted in copper nickel, the coin measured 24 millimeters in diameter and had a smooth edge, making it easy to distinguish by feel from smaller denominations. The choice of copper nickel was due to its durability and resistance to corrosion, important qualities in tropical climates like the Philippines. The coin bore the year 1983 at the bottom, marking its inaugural issue within the Flora and Fauna series. The early 1980s were a turbulent time for the Philippine economy, marked by political unrest, rising debt, and economic slowdown. Despite these challenges, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas pushed forward with modernizing coin designs and improving minting standards. The Flora and Fauna series was a symbol of continuity and resilience, aiming to instill national pride despite hardships. The 1983-50 Sentimo circulated widely in markets, jeepney fairs, sari-sari stores, and everyday commerce. At the time, it could still buy a piece of bread, a local candy, or a jeepney ride supplement. But over time, as inflation rose and the value of the 25 Sentimo coin serves as a fractional denomination, primarily used in giving exact change. By 2014, however, its real-world value had significantly declined due to inflation. Still, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas (BSP) continued to produce it to meet legal tender requirements and promote transactional accuracy. Throughout Philippine history, coin designs evolved through Spanish, American, Japanese, and Republican periods. The 25 Sentimo coin, specifically, was first introduced in modern form in the 1960s. By 2014, it had undergone several design transformations from the Anggi Bagong Lipunan ABL series to the improved Flora and Fauna series, and finally to the modern BSP series. The 2014 version belongs to the BSP coin series, which was introduced in the mid-1990s and phased out gradually by simple modern design. Unlike earlier coins, this version did not feature a Filipino hero or plant, animal, but focused on clarity and usability. The reverse backside proudly displays the logo of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which was revised in 2010. This logo includes the Philippine eagle features 3 stars and a sun, echoing the Philippine flag represents the central monetary authority of the country. This coin was made using brass-bladed steel, which gave it a golden color while remaining cost-efficient. The 2014 version emphasized cost efficiency and anti-counterfeiting. BSP M2 reduce the cost of minting low-value coins, improve machine readability for use in vending machines and transport systems, prepare for an eventual transition to the NGC coin series although legal tender. The 25 Sentimo coin in 2014 was rarely used in daily transactions. Most Filipinos considered it to have very little purchasing power. However, it remained important for precise change-making in public transport, utility billing machines, banks and toll booths requiring centavo precision. While exact mintage numbers for 2014 are not always publicly disclosed by BSP, the coin was mass-produced. It was one of the last years of full production, before being slowly replaced by the NGC coin series in 2018. 2014, inflation had significantly reduced the practical use of centavo coins. Items costing only 25 centavos were extremely rare. Still, BSP required banks and businesses to accept and process centavo coins as legal tender. Many people questioned the need to continue minting coins, like the 25 Sentimo. However, BSP responded that all denominations must remain in circulation for rounding accuracy, especially in automated 1983. The 1 Piso coin from this period retained the general design introduced in the 1990s, but carried minor adjustments in mintage quality and production. The Philippines, in 2000, was undergoing political and economic transitions. President Joseph Iglesias Estrada was in office, and while the coin bore no direct political imagery, it represented a stable continuation of the BSP's monetary series, which aimed to modernize Philippine coinage and enhance durability for everyday circulation. Features Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines, a revolutionary thinker, writer, and martyr whose life and works inspired the Philippine Revolution against Spanish rule. Inscription: Republica ng Pilipinas, appears at the top, affirming national identity. The portrait style is based on historic imagery of Rizal, adapted for modern minting technology in the late 20th century. Design significance: the BSP seal symbolizes the country's monetary authority, its independence, and commitment to financial stability. Silvery appearance due to nickel coating, which was more resistant to corrosion compared to earlier copper-nickel alloys. During this period, the Philippines was recovering from the 1997 Asian financial. The Philippine 5 Piso coin of 2014 belongs to the new generation currency coin series issued by the Banco Central ng Pilipinas BSP. This coin represented a modern era of Philippine currency design while still reflecting the nation's deep historical and cultural identity. The 5 Piso denomination was first introduced in the 1980s under the Flora and Fauna series 1982-1994, but its design evolved over the decades. By 2014, the coin's look was part of the new generation coin series, which was intended to replace older designs, improve anti-counterfeiting measures, and align Philippine coins with modern minting technology. The 2014 version was significant because it retained the portrait of General Emilio Aguinaldo, the first president of the Philippines, a national hero who led the country during the Philippine Revolution against Spain. Aguinaldo's presence on the coin connected modern Filipinos with the revolutionary history of the late 19th century. Emilio Aguinaldo in detailed relief, based on historical photographs. The design honors Aguinaldo's role in declaring Philippine independence on June 12, 1898, in Kawit, Cavite. Central element: the official seal of the Banco Central ng Pilipinas, Banco Central ng Pilipinas. Around the seal, the BSP seal represents stability, economic growth, and national sovereignty in financial matters. Nickel-plated steel, for durability and corrosion resistance. 2014, this coin was widely used for public transportation fares, market purchases, and everyday transactions. It was a key middle denomination, high enough for small store purchases but still common in change. Featuring Emilio Aguinaldo was not just symbolic, it reinforced national pride. Aguinaldo was leader of the Katipunan forces after Andres Bonifacio proclaimed independence from Spain in 1898, first president of the First Philippine Republic 1899-1901. His image on the 5 Piso served as a reminder of the nation's struggle for freedom, connecting the daily use of money to the sacrifices of history. After 2014, BSP started moving towards the new generation currency coin series redesign. Launched in 2018, this meant the Aguinaldo 5 Piso eventually became a transitional piece, later replaced by a gold-colored nickel brass coin featuring Andres Bonifacio. 2014 5 Piso coin is not rare in circulated condition. Uncirculated or mint state pieces are more sought after by collectors. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and original luster are kept as part of Philippine modern coin collections. 20145 Piso coin stands at a crossroads in Philippine numismatic history. It bridges the late 20th century flora and fauna designs with the newer, modern coins. For many Filipinos, it's also a nostalgic reminder of the pre-2018 currency system. The 19842 Piso coin belongs to the Flora and Fauna series of Philippine coinage, which was in circulation from 1983 to 1994. This series was part of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas' effort to modernize the look of Philippine coins and to celebrate both the country's historical figures and its rich biodiversity. The series replaced the older ng Bagong Lipunan coinage, which had been in use since the 1970s. The early 1980s, the Philippine economy was facing challenges. Inflation was increasing, and the value of the currency was shifting. Larger denominations like the 2 Piso coin became more common in daily transactions, filling the gap between the 1 Piso and 5 Piso coins. General Francisco Sos Macabulos, a revolutionary leader from Tarlac who played a crucial role during the Philippine Revolution against Spain in the late 1800s. His leadership was especially important in central Luzon. The obverse design reflects the Flora and Fauna series theme of honoring national heroes paired with elements of Philippine natural heritage. On the reverse, central design, a depiction of the Philippine eagle, Pithecophagou jeffrey, one of the rarest and largest eagles in the world, symbolizing national pride and the country's commitment to wildlife preservation. The number 2 with the word Piso is prominently placed. Coins minted in the Philippines during this period usually have a mint mark from the BSP security plant complex in Quezon City. The reverse side integrates the national identity with the country's environmental awareness message. This size and weight made the coin feel solid and durable, fitting for a higher value denomination. The 19842 Piso coin was minted in large quantities for nationwide use, but as time passed, many coins were lost to wear, melting, or private collections. While not extremely rare in circulated condition, finding one in brilliant, uncirculated, or proof-like quality is much more challenging today. The Philippines in 1984 was under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos. The economy was experiencing difficulties due to political instability and foreign debt issues. Coinage production during this period aimed to maintain national symbols while also modernizing currency to reflect cultural pride. Circulated condition. A 1984 to Piso coin generally has modest market value for casual collectors. In uncirculated condition, especially if graded by reputable grading services like NGC or PCGS, it can fetch higher prices, especially for collectors of the Flora and Fauna series. Proof versions or coins with minting errors, off centers, double strikes, etc. can command premium prices. The 19842 Piso coin is remembered as part of the Flora and Fauna series, one of the most visually distinctive Philippine coin sets, a tribute to both Philippine heroes and wildlife. A transitional piece before the BSP redesigned coins again in the mid-1990s. Even though it's no longer in circulation, the coin holds cultural, historical, and numismatic